On today's video, we're going to talk about update 21, and update 21 is a really rough one. This video is going to be different than my other videos because we're going to divide it into a positive first and ended up with a negative aspect, which I hope every single one of you sticks around for. We're going to talk about the migration situation, among other things. I want to let you guys know how, as a community, we can come together and voice an opinion in a matter that will actually cause change rather than just cause chaos. Stick around, enjoy the video, smash a like if you agree with me, and let's get going. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. Update 21 is here. It was a very dreaded update. A lot of things changed, and yeah, not everybody's happy. Let's talk about the positives first, and then we're gonna go into the criticizing side of this video, which is gonna include how every one of us is gonna make sure we voice our opinion in a way that Lilith Gaming will receive the opinion as a feedback rather than as a complaint, which is very important. But let's start first of all with the positives. One thing I really like that they did is the new campaign page. It's kind of dope. And inside Expedition, now you have two new modes, attacking mode and defending mode. Now, apparently what I found out, thanks to some of you guys, is that it's not only down here, but it also exists across the board, and the levels of difficulty vary based on the levels of these expeditions. So this is the weakest level. We're gonna do it together to look at it together. We'll talk about other things while these guys fight. What I really like about this event, first of all, is the Ethelfled sculptures. You can finally now get Ethelfled much faster than previously. So now you can start thinking about how to build her and use her more instead of maxing her out in like 7 months. On top of that, you receive Treasure of Warrior Queen, which will give you potential Ethelfled sculptures, as well as Legendary Commander Sculpture, Epic Commander Sculpture, Silver Key, and Gold Key. And every day, from my understanding, this is once a day. You can see I haven't done any of these yet, but people who have done it told me that every day you'll be able to do these modes again once a day and receive these rewards once a day, which means every day you have a potential of getting 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 commander sculpture potentials, right? The likelihood of you getting a commander sculpture, a legendary commander sculpture, probably is very low, but the fact that you can get 12 of these every single day, potentially get Ethelfled, potentially get gold keys, epic sculptures, silver keys, and a legendary commander sculpture, this is huge. This is how you get free legendary commander sculptures. It is random, yes, but still, I like it a lot. And there's another aspect to this that I really like. It's the fact that now an individual can test out rally compositions in terms of commanders. So while rallying, you can choose which commanders you use, and while defending, you can choose which garrison commanders to use, and you can check and test your commander pairings on your wall as well as on the battlefield right here in this mode for free, which is awesome. So let's do it together. Let's do this first. And if we click preview really quickly, you can see that there is a rally march, which you set, 4 other marches like always. And you can see that on the offense side, there is the target city and 3 marches out here. And on the defense side, you have to essentially defend against a bunch of marches. So let's go ahead and do this. Like, this is like a very low tier. This is the beginning, right? So there's tier 2s in here, and I'm gonna send a bunch of tier 4s in here. Don't judge too much. I'm literally just gonna make this change because this is really bad. But other than that, I'm gonna just do this. I don't even mind what's going out here at this point because I know it's gonna destroy everything. It was piece of cake just from these two. So just to show you how the mode works, let's start this rally. You can see that the march that started as a rally right here gets reinforced. So you get up to 1.2 million troops, which is weird, right? Because I can go all the way to 2 million, 2.5, just 2 million, the regular 2 million. I have a full castle, and yet I'm stuck at 1.2 mil. So I guess that's the size of your rally, a 1.2 mil rally. The rally destroyed the marches as a counter. That's hilarious. So this city is probably going to get burned very quickly. You can see it just getting slaughtered. 22,000 damage against the 400. These guys down here are about to get 4 times surrounded. Boom, done. And then we can send some help this way, but there's really no need for that. Done deal. We got it. You have the first Victory, which already gives us an extra treasure box, plus 5 Ethelfleds right here. Very cool stuff. Very easy first one of these. And now let's go look at the defense one. By the way, I haven't seen the defense one myself yet, so bear with me for a moment as I try to figure it out. So just the same way you have the defense up top and marches on the battlefield, certain victory. Let's go ahead and click ready just to see how this works. So invalid troops configuration. What? What was that? Okay, well that reset that. Cool. I guess I had too many. That's a good one. Lilith Gaming, you guys might want to take a look at that. What do you know? I didn't see that coming at all. This is the first time I do this. What do you know? So we got this. Here's our city now that we are defending. And we're going to go ahead and move our marches away from the city. Let it get hit, whatever. Just to see it getting done. And you can see 5 marches are coming up against us. We could have previewed which marches they are and try to figure out how to defend against those marches. And you can use your regular marches to swarm these guys out. Next attack coming in 1 second. So it seems like there are waves of them coming. Consistent waves of these attacks happening. 10,000 troops on Cao Cao and on Joan of Arc. And this wave is still going. That's pretty cool. It's cool that they did this in waves. I really like this. I really like this mode. I think that the Ethelfled thing is fantastic. We'll be able to max her faster. The ability of potentially getting legendary commander sculptures every day out of these chests, in my opinion, is amazing. I don't know if you do it only once a day or you can do it whenever. So as I mentioned to you guys, I literally got back from work, started recording. I was like, we'll do this together live on the video and see how this works. I think this is a dope event. I really, really like it. I think Lilith did a fantastic job with this expedition mode, and it is very educational for us as well as entertaining and potentially rewarding. I've heard of plenty of people who only got silver keys. I understand that it's a thing that can happen, right? It is what it is, but still, the fact that we're able to even have the opportunity to get these for free, in my opinion, is a great thing. It goes to show that slowly and steadily, Lilith are understanding that even the free-to-play players have to have more opportunities to get legendary commander sculptures. Even if the opportunity is very small, the fact that it's there means a lot. Means a lot. Because I know a lot of other games that wouldn't even care to give you that very, very little chance. So I think that this is fantastic. Let's see. I hope this is the final wave. I see next attack incoming again. I guess it's based on time, right? So you got to get done with the time. We're not going to keep talking about this. We'll let this happen in the background. And I want to go into one negative. One of the negatives, even though I wasn't planning on doing it like this, we'll go into one of the negatives to give you guys an answer. The 2 commanders we were promised are nowhere to be seen. Now, Lilith Gaming, this is aimed at you guys. You have to understand that as content creators, our job is to not only educate and help the community, but it's also to hype up your game. It's impossible for us to hype up your game when we don't get any information, even if it's for the content creators only, about new commanders or that new commanders are even coming. Don't tell me what they are. Just tell me there are more coming so I can tease. And on top of that, once you teased and once everyone got pumped and everyone's like excited to see them, you drop an update and then commanders are nowhere to be seen, and your answer to it is they will come in a future event. Why do you even announce them? It is impossible to, you guys keep letting down the community again and again by not being straightforward with basic information. When Constantine and Saladin came out, I broke that they'll come out of Mightiest Governors. If I didn't do that, it wouldn't have happened. And so, quite honestly, you guys really need to start communicating better. Don't have the VIP folks only saying they'll come in future events. Tell us which events and when. As someone who spends money in this game, even though I don't spend as much as many people, I need to plan ahead. A big part of the spenders in this game plan ahead their game. You cannot do this to them. How many people are not spending because they're like, listen, I maxed out this commander because I got tired of waiting for the next one, and then the next one came. You guys released Alexander, Constantine, Ethelfled, Charlemagne, and who was it? One more commander I forgot. All in one. And how can someone plan and play the game the right way for them to be able to maximize their efficiency? You guys have to do a better job at communicating. So that's the commander's situation. We're not going to keep doing these expeditions. We're going to move on to the next positive, and that is the changes to the conquering and garrison talent trees. We're not going to go into too much detail. We're going to talk about this in much more depth in a future video. Both trees, we're going to talk about both trees in much more depth. But for now, I really like the changes they did. The conquering tree is finally looking like something that I could potentially get behind. Not that much, but something I could get potentially behind. Getting this attack for all troops and getting this defense for all troops and attack for all troops is a really, really interesting situation and a potential to pick up. I think that the changes for both the conquering tree and the garrison tree are fantastic. And we're going to have to dig a little deeper in a future video to see how these guys are, how we're going to be able to use these trees out. And quite honestly, I'm curious about one thing. If you guys changed the trees, and I have them maxed out, right? Except for this. What if I don't want this anymore based on the change you did? I believe Lilith Gaming should be sending 1 talent reset, or 2 talent resets really. Technically more than that, right? You should be sending 1 for every commander that has this tree, so I can reset the tree and use it somewhere else, right? Because as of right now, if I didn't like the garrison changes, my Charles Martel will require a talent reset. In this case, I don't believe I will, because I really like it. And yes, I have 12 talent points and got to work on my defense and on this. Don't judge that. Still, the changes for the trees are fantastic in my opinion. We're going to dig deep into them later. This is the part of the video that you guys have been waiting for. We're still missing the Osiris League announcement, the Invasion announcement, and a couple of other things that are going to come in the next few weeks or months that are part of this update. Now, the second part of this video is one that I'm freaking mad about. I put it into JWM with 1 page. A lot of people did the same. But now, for me to migrate anywhere in the game, will cost me at this point in time, based on my power, 8 migration pages, passport pages. If you guys don't know what the values are, bam, there's a table right there for you with all the values, how many pages each level of power requires. This was from the Rise of Kingdoms Discord. It was pinned somewhere out there, and there it is right there. And so this is terrible. Ooh, the Mysterious Merchant thing, brand new thing from this update. That's awesome. I'm so glad that we picked that up while I was talking about this. Anyway, I want to play devil's advocate for a second. I'd like you guys to listen to me for a moment, and then I'll tell you how we can fix this as a community. But I want you to understand what went wrong and how we got to this point. So Lilith Gaming had a huge task on them. How do we maintain migration without migration being a game-changing thing that throws out balances of kingdoms? Lost Kingdom showed that people will abuse the migration system to skew results and gain more rewards. A lot of alliances a lot of kingdoms were supposed to win their Lost Kingdom until some whales came into the other side and flipped things over. It's even worse than that. Imagine a kingdom, like Kingdom, let's say 4, which is not the case, but I'm just using them as an example. Every whale left. Every medium tier player left. Everything that's left there, the strongest player in Kingdom 4 right now, let's say, is 24 million power. If you're 25 million power and you want to come here, it's going to cost you 75 pages based on the system that was there previously. So now dead kingdoms can only keep getting more and more dead unless people within that kingdom start growing, and therefore there will be a little bit more space for others to migrate. But at the same time, the whole point is to be able to move around kingdoms. And so what they did is they made it a static thing based on power. And now a 30 million power player can go into a kingdom and be the top player without spending 75 pages. That fixed that issue. But on the other hand, it made it much more expensive to everyone else and even impossible for some cases. As a free-to-play player, you are gonna have to work your butt off to get Alliance coins and hope your Alliance will give you the opportunity to get passport pages from the Alliance shop. Lilith Gaming, a huge solution you guys got to add for this in case you want to make this even a little bit fair, is that passport pages are always available in every alliance, because there are alliances that do not allow passport pages because they don't want to help people leave. And so if you're going to leave this, the least you can do is make that passport pages are always available to be purchased in the shop. I don't care for the price, even though 800k coins is ridiculous. But still, if you're going to leave this, two things. Make passport pages always available and make them cheaper in terms of coins. That'll solve a lot of issues too. But still, whatever. Let's not go in that route. The problem here is some business analyst in Lilith Gaming made a decision, or made the choice, I guess, raised the solution of doing this. And now we got to figure out how to deal with this situation. And so I'll tell you guys this. Complaining, getting your pitchforks out, calling Lilith money grabbing pigs, saying uninstall, saying refund, all that stuff never works. It never works. What does work is what works in every company across the board. It's called customer service. Now hold on, I know you guys don't believe in customer service. I understand. But let me explain to you how customer service works in general, even in Lilith Gaming. Customer service get a bunch of these complaints. And there's a system that they log these complaints under certain categories. So it's usual, I guess, I'm giving you an example. It's usual for Lilith to get 100 login complaints a day, 50 this is too expensive complaints a day, 30 I didn't get what I purchased complaints a day, and so forth and so on. Now, when something happens and there is a drastic increase in customer service queries, that's when Lilith start acting more. In every company, if you go to Facebook to their customer service and 500,000 people complain about the same thing and the usual average for that thing is 4,000 complaints, Facebook are going to go like, uh-oh, something happened. We got to pay attention to this. So I am encouraging you guys to not cuss these guys out. If you guys want to make a change, go into your settings, and I'm sorry, Lilith Gaming, you guys have this coming, and I know you guys are going to get upset at me. Click on customer service. Voice your opinion in a proper manner. Don't be douchebags. Don't cuss them out. Don't do all these things. Don't threaten. Be very direct. The reason I don't like this is because of this and that and that and that. Explain your point of view. I'm not saying that there doesn't need to be a change in migration. There has to be one. Lilith want to make migration something you don't do every month. They want to make it something that is in extreme situations where a player is stuck in a place they don't want to be in, to have the option to do it every now and then, a few times a year, maybe 2-3 times a year, but not every single month. And so at this point, we have to voice our opinion. If you guys don't like the migration changes, especially the cost of them, send a query to customer service. They won't reply most likely, but it will get logged into the system. And if enough of them show up in the system, it'll go to the next level, and so they will understand this. Now, before you guys go do this, one very important last thing. If you do this for every single thing, it'll never work. It's just like the boy that cried wolf. If you cry wolf over and over and over and over, when the actual wolf arrives, nobody pays attention to you. And so if you're going to go now complain about every single thing you don't like to customer service thinking that it'll help, what it will do is it'll increase the average complaints a day that they get on this specific topic. And so to have an extraordinary amount will require much more. So we have to be very picky as to what we send to customer service and what not. You have to understand that these guys work on a median. So if on the regular, you know, there used to be 100 complaints a day about migration, and now there is 1,000, but they keep going every single day. It's not something drastic, but it increased. And so now their average is 1,000. So then the next time 5,000 people complain, it'll have much less of an impact than the initial 100 to 5,000. So don't go complaining about every single thing to customer service. In this specific case, If you're upset with the changes that happened to migration, especially the cost, go to customer service, write them a message, be polite. Understand that you gain more by using logic and using common sense and using positive feedback rather than cussing someone out. In your real life, if someone came up to you and said to you, I don't know, oh, you're stupid, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do that, the first thing you do is dismiss that guy. But if someone comes up to you and goes, yo, the thing you did is not exactly right. Let me show you how you can do it right. You're not going to dismiss the person instantly. You're going to be like, okay, this guy's nice to me. This guy's polite. Let me hear him out. Anyway, I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I apologize to Lilith Gaming for what I did right here, but it had to be done. Don't abuse customer service out there. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, all in the description down below. We're having a good discussion in the description down below in the Discord group about the things that can be done. You're welcome to leave a comment as well with your thoughts and opinions because I know Lilith go through those as well. And of course, smash a like on the video if you agree with me, if you like the video and all that good stuff. We're still going to do videos about the new commanders when we have more information and about both the talent trees that came out. But for now, very cool stuff in the campaign, very cool stuff in the changes of the tree on the talent trees. Very cool announcement when merchant shows up, and hopefully the migration cost will change very soon. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Thank you all for your continuous support. Share this video with your alliance so everybody knows what they need to do. Even though it's a little bit long, and I know I apologize for that. I do appreciate every single one of you who listened to me, and hopefully we can together as a community voice our opinion as a player base feedback that is positive, that is not pitchforks and refunds. I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.